Good morning, everybody. Morning mementos and recovery snack. Saturday, January 24th. Hope y'all staying warm out there and getting prepared. Looks like it's getting ready to get a little nasty around here in southwest and central Virginia. Going, of course, with Thought for the Day, AA. Remember, y'all, if AA wasn't your flavor and it was more drugs or whatever, just replace the words drugs without, alcohol with drugs, drugs with alcohol, whatever. I just read this book because it's one I've been reading for a good while. As you can see, I've been taking some notes. There's a lot of good stuff in here, but just try not to look for a way to, remove yourself from what it could be. More so, try to look for a way that you can incorporate it into yourself. It's just a couple of words, and addiction's addiction in my world. But this one mentions alcohol all the time, so if drugs were your thing, just think drugs. It is what it is. January 24th, AA Thought for the Day. Alcoholics who are living in a blind alley refuse to be really honest with themselves or with other people. They're running away from life and won't face things as they are. They won't give up their resentments. They're too sensitive and too easily hurt. They refuse to try to be unselfish. They still want everything for themselves. And no matter how many disastrous experiences they have had with drinking, they still do it over and over again. There's only one way to get out of the blind alley way of living, and that's to change your thinking. Question: have I changed my thinking? Meditation for the day. I know that the vision and power that I receive from God are limitless as far as spiritual things are concerned. But in temporal and material things, I must submit to limitations. I know that I cannot see the road ahead. I must go just one step at a time, because God does not grant me a longer view. I am in uncharted waters, limited by my temporal and spatial life, but unlimited in my spiritual life. Prayer for the day. I pray that in spite of my material limitations, I may follow God's way. I pray that I may learn that trying to do His will is perfect freedom. The prayer for the day kind of got me there a little bit. I pray that I may learn that trying to do His will is perfect freedom. My understanding of God's will for me these days is to just not do some of the things that I got caught up in an earlier life. My past life, it is what it is, and there's not anything I can do about that except what I have done, which is correct it to the best of my ability and try to get away from living like that again. God's will in my life, in my opinion, is to be a conduit, a person, someone that can kind of help other people to the extent if they want it or whatever, try to find their new way to live, because I believe God's will in my life is to produce a better Chris today than what I had yesterday, or at least that be the goal. And if I'm lucky, somebody's got a question for me during their journey, or there's somebody around that I can help in some fashion, and not just necessarily in addiction. This stuff's about addiction, because for me, if I drink and drug, all the good stuff goes away again. So I live a life trying to make sure that I get that base level taken care of. If I do not put drugs and alcohol in my body, I got a shot. I got a shot to get better. I got a shot to move on down the path. I got a shot to continue this journey, which is producing a life that's one that I choose all day long over the old one. But if I put the drugs and alcohol in my body, all that goes away. And I don't mean for it to. It's just what happened. I become all encompassed and I get catapulted back into that life again. And it's not anywhere that I want to be. So for me, my will is, I believe, is to continue to try to, my God's will is to try to keep the maintenance program that I found in recovery to where I'm at least available to be able to help someone. I'm getting ready to get snowed in for 3 days here, 2 days, 3 days, something or another crazy. So I won't be around anybody but my wife. Probably. Oh, that poor woman. She's going to be tired of me. But my point is, it's not always, every day's not always about me out there helping and, working with other people or whatever, or trying. Every once in a while it might just be, you know, Chris, take a rest, take a break. You've worked really hard. Enjoy some of the fruits of this life it's given. I try to see things that need to be done and I try to go do them, and I fail at that more times than not. But my God didn't get me cleared up and cleaned up to the point that he was going to run me to death on this side. I was running me to death, drugs and alcohol on this side. I don't believe that I'm supposed to run myself to death on the other side, get cleaned up. I believe there's a time for rest, a time for reflection, and a time to ensure that a time for me to ensure that I am still more so than not, heading the right direction and doing the things I need to keep the maintenance of my program up to date, and give Chris a shot at continuing at being better. So anyway, I think I rambled a little bit on that, but please like, share, subscribe. Anybody that you know that this might bring value to, I would appreciate you guys getting this out there to the extent that you're, feel to do so or whatever. I thank you very much. Y'all stay safe out there. Get everything in that you need to. Please, Lord, stay off the roads. They're talking about staying off the roads tomorrow around here. So just try to get yourself situated. Take good care of yourself. Have a blessed day. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye.